Ready, set, adventure! Welcome to Hikanuki World Tour and Embarkation Day on the NCL Aqua. Come sail away with us on the Aqua's inaugural cruise out of Port Canaverall. We'll experience a beautiful sunset, have dinner in the main dining room, and end the evening with exciting entertainment. Today we arrived at Orlando International Airport. We'll be embarking on Norwegian Cruise Line's newest ship, the Aqua, for a 7-day cruise to the Caribbean. Although we prefer to arrive at least a day in advance, this time around our schedules didn't allow for that. So we arranged for a private car to take us from the airport to Port Canaverall. It's about a 1-hour drive. As we approached, we caught our first glimpse of the NCL Aqua. Although this was not the inaugural sailing, it was the first time that she would be leaving from Port Canaverall. One advantage of a private car is being dropped off right at the luggage collection. We got a closer look and couldn't wait to get on board. Double occupancy capacity of the Aqua is 3,571 passengers. And somehow, all that luggage will be delivered. On our sailing, the Aqua was docked at terminal number 10. The port is planning an expansion to this terminal to accommodate even larger ships. We arrived inside the terminal at about 11:20 in the morning. We found it to be organized, but quite busy. Although there were about 30 stations open, it still took a while to check in. Of course, if you're in the Haven or in a suite or a casino package, you'll have a shorter line. If not, just relax under the concrete palm. In total, it took about 45 minutes from the time we got in the building to the time we got on the ship. And now the wait was almost over as we approached the entry. And just like that, the wait is finally over. We're on NCL's newest ship and the first in their Prima Plus class. The ship came from Miami without any passengers, so our rooms were ready. Stay tuned in the video when we take a room tour of this Oceanview stateroom and this balcony stateroom. But first, let's get something to eat. We headed to Deck 8 and Indulge Food Hall. We'd been on the NCL Viva about a year and a half ago, so we were familiar with Indulge. It has 10 different food stations with cuisine from around the globe. When you enter, you'll first see Tamara, the Indian station. Many of the food selections vary daily, although some items are standard on the menus. We especially enjoyed the Indian food as it was spicy and authentic. Choose to sit at the station or one of the tables where you'll find an iPad with the selections. Place your order on the iPad and the food will be brought to your table.
Welcome to Indulge.
Yes.
This is the best place to eat. Nice to meet you.
It was on the Viva, and so we're hoping it's the same here. It was delicious.
We will do that.
Well, thank you very much.
This is the best place. We have Tamara, Indian food. We have Q's. We have noodle bar. We have this one, Latin and tapas. This is the nice place to eat.
Okay, we're going to start here. It looks delicious. Thank you.
And it was delicious. If you sit at the station, you can only order from that particular station. As mentioned, there are 10 different stations, including a barbecue Texas smokehouse. We enjoyed eating here more than at the buffet. There was still a large variety and it was very efficient and you didn't have to wait in line. There's plenty of food to choose from, so your whole party should be able to find something to please. And you can order from as many of the stations as you'd like. We were seated at the Tamara counter, so we had a feast of Indian delights. During our cruise, we never had trouble finding a seat at Indulge, but you might have to share a table. We highly recommend all the dishes that we tried at Tamara, and I'm sure we'll be back often. One of my favorites was the korma sauce, which was a yogurt-based sauce with cashews and onions, and this had chicken.
Hello, one of the best ship, Norwegian Aqua. It's a brand new. I'm here now in Indulge. Okay, see you.
And he's like the nicest guy too on the boat so far. He does everything for you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
As I mentioned, there are many different food options to try at Indulge, but what I didn't mention is that this is all included as part of your cruise fare with no extra charge. At the back of Indulge, you'll find the Luna Bar. They offered the best selection of draft beers of anywhere on the ship. However, their hours were a bit limited. Looks like it's time for a Newcastle Brown and a Funky Buddha.
Happy birthday, Ma!
After lunch, we headed outside to the Soleil Bar to meet up with our Facebook group.
Yeah, and this is the Facebook group. Yeah, baby. Having fun.
Sail away on the Aqua from Port Canaveral for the first time going on the Caribbean. Inaugural 7-day cruise. We have over 700 people on our Facebook page. I don't know if they're all going to show up today for the sail away.
Hi, guys. You're not even
I
here.
met Deb in Athens, and she was in the Facebook group that I was in. And after the cruise, she's like, everybody, let's do this cruise. And so here I am with her and her crew on this Facebook cruise. So here we are. And now we're planning the next one. Get ready.
Awesome. Thank you.
Looks like this guy is getting a bird's eye view of the Aqua. We headed to the main pool deck where the sail away party was about to begin. The Aqua features expanded outdoor spaces compared to the Prima class ships Viva and Prima. It also has an additional 10% capacity versus the Prima and the Viva, and that's why it's considered a Prima Plus class. The main pool is found on deck 17 and also has 2 infinity hot tubs. Because the Aqua doesn't have a go-kart racetrack, the footprint of the pool has been expanded. The space definitely felt bigger than on the Viva. Waves, the pool bar, was, as expected, quite crowded. It was especially so at Sail Away, although for the rest of the week, the crowds weren't this bad. I also found that people were better at lining up rather than squishing in at the bar and trying to be the first to get their drink. They did have a seasoned, efficient crew on board, and we recognized some people from our sailing a year and a half ago on the Viva. Bartenders were always hardworking, so just be patient. In addition to the bar, there was also poolside service. And now it was time to meet our cruise director.
My name is Marzena. It's a pleasure to be your cruise director, and I come all the way from Poland. So please put your hands together for the recreation team. All the way from Brazil, and here in Portina. From Serbia, and let me hear it for Mia! Come on, Mia. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to officially start your vacation, so raise your glass, and if you don't have it, pretend you have one. 3, 2, 1! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Norwegian Aqua. Everybody clap those hands, here we go. Up, up.
say goodbye to Port Canaverall. From our initial walk around the ship and the pool deck, there appeared to be many lounge chairs around the decks. There were also quite a few umbrellas, so it would be possible to find shade. While Port Canaveral is a very busy cruise port, the Port of Miami is the busiest port in the U.S., and Port Canaveral comes in second. It was a bit windy as we headed out to sea. The prime viewing spots along the railings filled up quickly, so stake out your spot early to get the perfect place. Of course, it's always great to have an aft view and watch the wake behind you. Because it was the Aqua's first time leaving Port Canaveral, we were escorted by the tugboat St. John's. It was quite a sight to see. We appreciated this water salute as we left the port. There was also a crowd on the jetty bidding us a fond farewell. It added a new layer of excitement to be on the first trip out of Port Canaveral on the Aqua. There was also a fireboat with a watery farewell. It was a beautiful Saturday in Cocoa Beach, and so many people were enjoying the nice weather. We're heading to Great Stirrup Key, Norwegian's private island in the Bahamas. And the water salute continues. This is Deck 9 and the Infinity Beach. It has infinity pools and more lounge chair areas. The Aqua Buffet is found on Deck 17 in the Surfside Cafe. Honestly, we found it to be a bit small, with selections a little underwhelming. There was a nice salad bar that always had fresh ingredients. Maybe by day 5, we'll be spending more time at the salad bar. Space around the buffet was also quite tight, and there tended to be a lot of bottlenecks. The buffet was located just outside the pool deck, and as people were going to the pool, they would pass through this area, which led to even more congestion. We filmed this just prior to the buffet opening, so there weren't many people around yet. But here's a look at the narrow walkway. We preferred going to Indulge Food Hall or the local over the buffet. But it is convenient to the pool if you just wanted to grab a snack. And the desserts were always tempting. The Aqua didn't have a dedicated pizza restaurant, but pizza could be found daily on the buffet. There were usually 3 varieties to choose from. There was a fresh carved meat station, which was reliably good, and it's always time for a slice of pizza. And top it off with Norwegian's signature 66 lager. One deck up from the main pool and buffet is the Kids Aqua Park on Deck 18. Young kids will have fun splashing in the different water features, and the colorful area makes it feel very kid-friendly. Decks 18 through 20 offer various activity for kids of all ages. Some come with a fee, but most are complimentary. The stadium has many different games to play. There was tabletop shuffleboard, but they didn't have any speed dust, so it was hard to fire those pucks. You could challenge your family to a game of bags. Try to score a soccer goal at this sit-down soccer game. It's a lot harder than it looks. Or engage in the cruise ship tradition of shuffleboard. For a fee, you can try your hand at darts. Or maybe just relax at the Bullseye Bar. And from the Bullseye, you'll have a bird's eye view of the Vibe Beach Club. The Vibe is exclusive and, in my opinion, elusive because it's always been hard for us to try to get a spot there. With the bar and entertainment activities above, it's a little less peaceful than on some other ships. Also on Deck 18, in the shadow of the Aquacoaster, is Tea Time Mini Golf. This was a high-tech, interactive golf game, the likes of which we've never experienced. It was $5 per person, but I think it was worth it. The Glow Court was on Deck 20, but we ran out of time and didn't get to experience that. We were impressed with the variety of activities and will be trying them out over the course of the week. Don't miss this aqua sculpture on your way to watch the sunset. And catching a beautiful sunset is one of my favorite things on a cruise. I especially love the views from aft of the ship. See if you can catch the green flash. And now it's time for the evening entertainment.
Silver wings, shining in the sunlight, rolling and dreams, in its slumbering flight.
And if I had to crawl upon the floor, come crashing through the door, baby, I can't fight this feeling anymore. All right, that was Can't Fight This Feeling.
Before we go to dinner, let's take a quick look around at our two cabins. Our friends were on Deck 5 in an Oceanview cabin. Since we're one of the first sailings of the ship, of course everything was fresh, modern, and inviting. The cabin felt spacious and had all the amenities you would expect, such as a hairdryer and refrigerator. Beds can be configured either as 2 twin beds or 1 king-size bed. The Oceanview cabin has a nice-sized porthole, keeping you connected with the outside world. This stateroom also had a nice-sized sofa, so I'm guessing it would pull out to be a bed. There was also a large closet with plenty of shelf space and drawers for all your things. You'll find hooks on the wall to hang up your bags and purses. And the bathroom was roomy by cruise ship standards. It had a nice amount of storage for your own items. The shower was nice and big with a glass door and shampoo, conditioner, and shower gel. And now to Deck 12 for our balcony cabin. We were in stateroom 12176. And again, because the ship was practically brand new, everything in the room seemed perfect. I felt that the size of our balcony cabin and our friend's Oceanview cabin seemed very comparable. Our casino status entitled us to some free water, which was a welcome relief on hot days. Even with the drink package, canned water is an additional charge. We actually had a smaller couch, so the Oceanview room must have been bigger. Beds with new mattresses are comfortable, clean, with crisp linens. And I always sleep well on a cruise. I thought the size of our cabin was perfect for 2 people. The fridge was stocked with a couple different waters, but those are at an additional charge. Books are provided, so you don't need to bring your own. Bedside table had a soft closed drawer. This bedside switch controls the Aqua nightlight. The light is located just outside of the bathroom. The cabin has a full-length mirror on the closet and ample space within the closet. The safe is located within the closet, as well as drawers and shelves. I'd say the bathroom was pretty much identical to that of the Oceanview cabin. Specifically, I liked the amount of storage space within the bathroom. There were plenty of spots to put your own items and keep the space uncluttered. Liquid hand soap was provided at the sink. There was a speaker and an outlet to plug in your razor. The shower was spacious and with good water pressure. There was a clothesline to hang your wet swimsuits. Body wash and conditioning shampoo were also provided. The shower head was removable and you could change the flow of the water. The balcony was a pretty standard size, but it did have comfortable cushioned chairs. We were on deck 12, so we had a clear view down to the ocean. Some balcony cabins on lower levels overlook the Infinity Beach area and are a little less private, so we recommend the 12th deck for a good balcony cabin. And now, back to dinner at one of the main dining rooms, Hudson's. Commodore's is the other complimentary main dining room. NCL has anytime dining, and if it's busy, they'll give you a pager. Both main dining rooms offer the same menu, and Hudson's is the larger of the two. Hudson's is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's a contemporary yet elegant space with floor-to-ceiling windows. On our cruise, we never had to wait long for a table. The tables are configured in many different sizes. Menu changes nightly, except for the classic entrees, which are available every night. For an additional cost, you can also order from Cagney's Steakhouse. Every dinner service begins with rolls and butter. And for us, every dinner service began with wine. Here's a look at our Shaka food rating scale. This evening we started with a French onion soup. It comes with a Gruyere cheese crouton rather than cheese melted on top. And next was the shrimp cake. It had a creamy Creole mustard remoulade served with a little cucumber salad on top. It was stuffed with shrimp, a little bit spicy, and a perfect bite. We also had a Caesar salad. For entrees, we had the chicken piccata, and this was the favorite of the entrees. Sauce was light and flavorful, and the chicken was pan-fried perfectly. Next was the herb-crusted rotisserie chicken. It was good, but really nothing special. The shrimp fettuccine alfredo was another standout and something we would definitely get again. The sauce was a creamy Parmesan sauce, and the shrimp were cooked and seasoned delightfully. And finally, the 3-cheese baked ziti. It's basic, but the cheeses make it creamy, and the chunky tomato sauce was just perfect. Served nightly and always a good go-to if nothing else appeals. After dinner, we headed to the main theater for the comedy show. We stopped by Sid Norman's, which was standing room only, and we kept walking. The Aqua Theater can be accessed from decks 6, 7, or 8. Reservations are not required for any of the shows except for The Price is Right.
I should go get one. Oh yeah, comedy baby.
Aaron and Lori.
Aaron and Lori, how are
Ocala,
you?
Florida.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this beautiful state-of-art and fantastic theater, Aqua Theater. And very shortly, in a couple of days, you will have a chance to see how this theater converts into the nightclub. Ladies and gentlemen, enough of me. Please help me out and put those hands together for our first comedian. Let me hear it for James!
Hello, how you guys doing? Good to see you. Thanks for coming to the show. I'm not drinking on this cruise. I decided this year to slow down my drinking. Well, Norwegian sent me a letter suggesting. Oh my God, you guys sound great back there. I don't know what he was talking about.
After the comedy show, we headed to the Penrose Bar and the Atrium to watch the band.
days all out there, twisted out, drinking late at the bar. All your friends until you do your things.
We enjoyed the music of the band and then headed down to Deck 6 and the Improv. Tonight the Improv was host to Club It Up with the DJ, so we stopped by to see what that was all about. And tonight they were dancing up a storm to the music by the DJ. You'll also find a full bar here. And that was our embarkation day on NCL Aqua. Tomorrow we'll be at NCL's private island, Great Stirrup Key. So far we've been impressed with this brand new ship and can't wait to see what the week has to offer. And now presenting a Hikanuki World Tour original, what we like to call the best t-shirts of the cruise. Every embarkation day on our cruises, we like to walk around and see all the fun t-shirts. And here's our favorites from today on the Aqua. Thanks for joining us today at Hikanuki World Tour on Embarkation Day on NCL Aqua. Our travel wisdom for the day comes from Khalil Gibran. In one drop of water are found all the secrets of all the oceans. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram. And hit that notifications button so you'll be notified when new videos are dropped.